Let's go! Yes, the weekly custom card challenges are back. Finally, I know we took some time off, and I always kind of said that maybe we'd bring it back. And I just feel like now is the right time. I got some updates, and I'm gonna dish out the rules and just give you an understanding of how you can submit cards, how you can make cards in this video. I'm gonna show how you can make a card pretty quickly. If you're new to this, we used to do this weekly. We used to do top 10s. Now there's some drawbacks to the way we're going to do it moving forward, but I hope you guys understand that it's just so that we can facilitate this. We can do this at a more consistent pace week after week after week, okay? So biggest one is that we're doing top 5 only. Okay, we used to do top 10. One of the reasons that I stopped doing these challenges weekly was because it was consuming a lot of my personal time, and I want to take that back a little bit still, but I want to do these challenges because you guys absolutely love it, and I love all the support for doing it and all the creativity that you guys come up with. Honestly, I love reviewing these cards, but we're just going to do 5. Including my own. So it's gonna be technically 6 cards every challenge every week, okay? Some of these challenges are gonna end up being 2 weeks long. Advance notice will be provided. I will let you guys know when a challenge is going to be 2 weeks long. That's either gonna be because I'm doing something in my personal life that I have to take time to, or because some months there's, there are going to be 5 Mondays in a month. So we're just going to make it a 2-week challenge because I want to do 4 challenges a month is kind of the goal, because 1 season pass will be gifted randomly each challenge. Okay, so I'm pretty excited about this. I wanted to do this with codes, but we didn't get those, so we're just doing it straight out of old Drewberry's pocket because I want to support you guys. I want to give back a little bit, and I could have done it where the winner gets it, but I don't want to really mix in, if you win, you get featured on the video. That is like a victory enough. If you just submit a card, that is the only prerequisite to being in the challenge, into this random draft of getting 1 season pass, okay? All you got to do is join the Berryverse Discord and submit a card. Now you got to stick in there because I got to find you in the Berryverse Discord to gift you this season pass. So don't just jump in and then dip out, okay? You got to stick in there for at least a little bit. I'm not asking you guys to like the video. I'm not asking you to subscribe to the channel. I don't need any of that. I just want your creativity, okay? But I will put an asterisk that if you really like this series and you want to see it going for a very long time, the best way to do that is to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. That lets me know that you guys really like it, enjoy watching it, want me to make more, and I will continue to do so. And lastly, the date that I'm currently setting out for is every Monday is going to be the video, so the challenges are going to end on Sundays. When a video is released, you can jump into the Berryverse and you can be the first one to submit a card if you want. It's not going to get you any bonus points, but some people like to do it. So I changed it from Sundays to Mondays. The idea being, again, I kind of want my weekends back in my personal life, so I'm just going to do that grind on the Monday nights. That's no problem. Let's go. It's Monday. You got to get that work week started. So that is the quick updates. Now I want to cover the rules for anyone who's new, and I want to go over the rules for anyone who might have forgot. But before we get to the rules, I definitely have to shout out the creator of this fantastic art. It is Cabbage Cage, a long-term Berryverse member who used to make amazing custom cards and still does incredible artwork. So I'll have the link to his YouTube channel, which you can go check it out. And he's got a huge library of art just like this. My goodness, I wish these variants were in the game. They are so cool. What a great art style. So definitely check out Cabbage Cage. Shout out to you. And let's get to the rules. All right, and here are those rules. So first of all, 1 submission per user. Don't try and just dish out multiple submissions or something like that. Keep it with 1. If you want to, submit something new, you can go back, delete the old one, submit something new. That's no problem. But if I see 1 user submitted 2 cards, you're out. There's no chance you're going to win. I'm not going to pick your card to be featured in as a winner in the video or for the random draw for a season pass, okay? So definitely make sure that you don't have 2 in there. The other thing that I don't want to see in there is conversation about the cards, okay? There's a place that we have in the Berryverse Discord. It's the custom card chat. You can jump in there, talk about cards, bounce ideas off of each other. I super highly recommend it, especially if it's like art and you need help. Everyone is so awesome to work together on these cards. I love it when I see the teamwork come together to make a custom card. That motivates me more to put it in the video when you all come together. But basically, I just don't want to see a bunch of text in the weekly challenge. I just want to see submissions, so it makes it easier for me to skim through, read them, understand the cards, and pick winners. So while you're looking through the weekly challenge submissions, you want to take a look at what people are sending out. It's pretty fun to do. You can use emotes to, like just say like, hey, I think this is cool, stuff like that, whatever. Just don't use it in a toxic fashion. Don't downvote or anything like this. There's no bad submissions, guys. It's everybody's creative ideas and they want to submit it or not. Like, just don't. There's literally nothing you could do wrong. So there's no point in downvoting. And lastly, but probably the most important for my mental health here, okay? Do not DM me on the Discord or anywhere about your cards. Now, I know that's a bit harsh, and I'm not pointing out anyone. A lot of people did it in the past. Let me just put this as straightforward as I can. I don't do a lot of collaborations. I don't do a whole lot. I'm pretty quiet in the space aside from this channel. It's mostly because I consider myself kind of like a social introvert. I can be social in certain settings and I don't mind it. It's fine. But if I'm ever given the choice, 10 out of 10 times, I'm going to choose to not talk with other people and do my own private thing. So I don't handle the stress of like having to respond to a lot of people or just, I don't know, letting people down, anything like that. I just don't enjoy doing it. So just don't DM me about your cards. It also creates a weird bias where it's like, I can't really give you feedback because then what, are you going to expect me to do that every single time? Are you going to expect the card to be in the video? It's just better off if you bounce your ideas over fellow Berryverse members. They're going to actually help you out. I'm not going to really tell you much, or I'm going to probably ghost you and just not respond. Sorry, it's just how it is. It's how I am. I don't mean to do it in a harmful way. It's just how I am. So I hope you guys understand that and just understand these rules. I'm trying to make it as loose and open and free, and so your creativity can just blossom and you're not feeling restricted. I think for the most part, this allows you to do so. But these are just a few of the rules I wanted to go over. Now, there are some other things we got to cover. For instance, you're probably wondering, what is the next challenge and how do I submit a card? So let's check it out. All right, so the first challenge back, I guess it could be the first challenge. I mean, we've done so many of these. Go back in the playlist that I got online. Like, you can check out all the past submissions because there's awesome cards. But the one we're going with is pretty straightforward. I didn't want to complicate it too much with our first return. There's going to be spicier challenges later on. It's going to be a lot of fun, especially with Halloween around the corner. It's going to get really cool. But for the first one back, I'm going with a straightforward keyword of ongoing, and I'm going to kind of do a better job of letting you guys know what the theme is. And it's going to be Marvel most of the times. Very rarely we're going to switch it up and we're not going to do Marvel. We're going to do some other very popular IP. Maybe I'll put it to a vote on the YouTube, whatever. We'll figure it out. For the most part, it's going to be Marvel. This is Marvel Snap. We want to see Marvel characters on Marvel Snap cards. So Marvel theme, ongoing keyword. Let's see what you got. Give me your best. I'm excited to see everyone's submissions again. Another thing is how to submit. So you can join the Berryverse Discord. The link is in the description below. So you just jump in there. It's really easy. There's nothing you have to do outside of that. That's it. That's all I'm asking from you. And then you create a custom card. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that in a second. But this is the link that just is, it's super easy. It takes seconds. You find a piece of art that you want, you slap it on there, you think of your creative idea, bam, you got a card in seconds. And lastly, post one submission in the weekly challenge channel. Just like I said, just one, guys. Let's keep it at one. So there you go. Okay, now that is how it is. Go ahead. You can leave this video if you want to go make a card. You want to go jump in. Feel free to. If you're not sure how to make a custom card, or you're just curious how I make my custom cards, I'm going to show you guys really quick right now. All right, so if you click that link that I was mentioning, snaptracker.me/custom, I'll have the link in the description as well. You'll be presented with this page. So it's really easy. You just pick a piece of art that you want to use, okay? So some Marvel character. You can find a bunch in the Berryverse Discord as well. We like to share those. So you click select art, you find that image that you saved, and boom, it's the one that I use for this thumbnail. It's the Stan Lee, amazing piece of art here, okay? So you can move it around. You can even resize it, right? Maybe you want to get really in tight on a character, whatever. But obviously Stan Lee, he's the main feature, so we're gonna put him like, oh, I don't know, like right in the middle, okay? If you want to do the frame break and stuff like that, I'll show you really quick how I do that as well. But let's just put Stan Lee right in the middle there. Looks great, okay? So Stan, I'm gonna make up a 3, too. Boom, it's there, it's populated. And then if you want to put his name, you put Stan Lee, and there it is. You can even create the size, make it a little bit bigger, you know, get closer to that frame. You can select a different font. I don't even know what looks good for Stan Lee. There, it's like kind of like his signature. Bam. Then you can even change the card quality. You can go uncommon, or maybe we want to go infinite with Stan Lee. Of course we do. Look how good that looks. That's amazing. We're ready to win the game. So then, of course, you could put a description. So you could put on reveal, or no, we should probably could put ongoing. It's ongoing. Or actually, no, I had an idea. We're gonna do at the end. This is not technically with the challenge of each turn. Add a random card to each player's hand. Boom. Simple, guys. Huge tip when you're making custom cards. And you want to submit them, and you want to get my attention. Less text. Don't make it complicated. Have it very simple. Let me understand it, but be very unique. This isn't the most unique ability, but I think it's pretty thematic. That's also what I like to look for too. Does it make sense with the Marvel character? So, you know, like it's pretty simple. It's kind of already in the game. It's like the hub. The hub gives a card to each player, but it's at the end of every turn. And if it starts at turn 3, right, that's going to be turn 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 4 cards in your opponent's hand, which is kind of good for your Ronin, and then 4 cards for you for maybe your Dino. I think that'd be sick to facilitate that deck. Anyways, we're not talking about my custom card that I've come up with, but that's just kind of the idea of when you're thinking about a card, simplicity is a very good way to go. Bam. We have our card. Maybe I would probably make the name not so crazy big. There we go. Maybe get a little smaller. And there we go. So then you would just save it. Another thing that you could do to help me out big time, click transparent background, okay? That's going to make it so that it's just going to be the card in your ability. Makes it a lot easier for me to put the video together, put the card together, and I'll have to crop around and blah, blah, blah. So if you can click that button, look at this, okay? You can take a screenshot if you want to know the settings that makes for a good custom card submission. It's right here, okay? So you would just save that to wherever, and then you can post it in the weekly challenge channel, and that is your submission for the week. Now, if you want to take the art to another level, I'll show you that in a second. All right, so this is a really rushed up version. I've clearly skipped a few steps, but here's the general idea, okay? You have the card in the top left there. This is the thing that we downloaded. Now I didn't keep the text because I plan on frame breaking and putting my own text to give it a little bit of spice. And then I've taken the original art and I've cut around it. Now, there's a lot of programs that can do this for free online. It's just like no background, or remove my background or anything like that. I personally use Canva. It's what I use for a lot of my graphics and stuff like that. So it's just easy for me, and it helps me cut around these characters to pop them out. So what happens is when we take old Stan Lee here and we move him over top, and we're probably going to have to just make him a little bit more level, make him a little bit smaller. You kind of line them up with whatever you got going on. And this is going to be very rough, but there you go, right? And then he's not going to be frame breaked too much, but you can imagine that I can make him a lot bigger to pull him out of the frame. We chose to keep him kind of in the center as an example. And then I got my text, boom, I put my text over top of the card, and there you go. It's just got that little extra spice. Oh, he's not looking so good. There we go. Stand. Okay, there. Maybe something like that, right? And then sometimes if you want to add to like popping that character out, right? Because we kind of just put him in the center of a frame. We didn't pop him out a whole lot. I like to put like some glow in between, right? So you could just put a little bit of this, right? All of a sudden the character's kind of like popping up a little bit. It's not perfect, but you just put that little bit, and then you take this one, and maybe we'll put it right behind his dome. And now Stan Lee's popping out like a boss. It looks great. And the game kind of blurs the background out a little bit without, you know, ruining the power and the cost of the card and keeping it together. So there you go. That's just a general idea. At the end of each turn, add a random card to each player's hand. Stan Lee, 3-2. I don't know. I'm not looking for balance here, okay? But if you are trying to put together a card for the challenge, look for balance, look for theme, splash a little bit of art to make it pop out. You can get some help in the Berryverse. They'll be very helpful with the art. They can put together the framework break, anything like that. Just ask around, you never know. And yeah, that's kind of it, guys. So I'm really excited that this is coming back. I appreciate everybody who stuck around in the Berryverse and has supported the channel for a very long time. I do care deeply about this challenge, about this channel, about the Berryverse. So I'm just really happy to bring this back for you guys and give a little bit back with the season passes. I know it's just one per challenge, but it's the start start, right? It's a start as we continue to grow. So I would really appreciate if you guys smack the sub button, hit the like button on these videos. If you really like the custom card challenge series, that's going to let me know that you do. But anyways, that's going to be it for me. We got Mobius coming out soon, and I'm no longer sick, so I'm going to have a lot more content coming out shortly. So stay tuned, and we will talk about your custom card submissions, the winners, on next Monday. All right, catch you guys next time.